We respect YouTube policies and carefully follow YouTube upload guidelines.
So this is the student level, this is my level. So I am reducing my level to this level and then connecting with the student and try to bring the student up like this, raising the level of his according to his situation, according to his personality. So I am not going to give him I am finding a way how I can make him better in approaching for his level and make something happen. If you understand, I have repeated this thing many times. The most important thing when you want to improve game is to, even like Indian people, make fun of their accent and laugh on when somebody is speaking in that hard Indian accent and they laugh. I don't find it funny. And one thing is also, like, if you see like some Russian people, some person, or a German person, or like French person, they speak English in their accent. People don't find it that much funny, or people will not, even if the people laugh, they are not laughing in the degrading way, because there are still positive stereotype attached. He is not teaching to his kids to be proud of India or Indian heritage, but stay submissive. Do not fight for your your rights or something like that. Stay passive, stay submissive, and grown up like that, subservient to their like masters. And now when the kids grow up, they automatically do not want to associate with India. That's why the West born Indians are even more racist, because they are grown up in the environment where they are also taught, like, do not associate with the Indian thing or something like that. Maybe some people are not like that, but the thing is, like, from outside you can do adaptation, but from inside you have to have core belief in who you are. That should be unshakable. The problem is that Indians, the core belief system is so weak, it is shakeable, because they hate themselves, they are ashamed of themselves, and that's why they try to be other person. You see a clear example, without me judging the, like, Indians suffered, black people suffered. But if you see the US entertainment industry, the all the black people have control over it. You see this propaganda, the woke or whatever propaganda. You see like Nike ad, or like Nike ad, you see a black guy with a white girl, or some fashion ad, some black guy with a white girl. You're not going to see an Indian guy with a white girl, or even you can see sometimes a native Indian guy, Native American guy with a white girl, or something like that. Uh, but there is no Indian propaganda, something like that, because we hate ourselves. That's the problem. We hate ourselves. You understand? We Indians hate Indian identity. Then, of course, the whole world will make fun of us. So, if something is going wrong in our culture, then if I can, I have, if I understand this is something wrong, then it is also my duty to tell you what is right. These things are very important. Otherwise, you will be suffering. You will getting from the all races, not only just Westerners. You will be by all races, and you will be get by even your own woman also. So, hey guys, hope you're doing good. I'm doing good too, and welcome to yet another very interesting, very solid bootcamp documentary. I'm presenting to you.
After most powerful CEO, the first Prime Minister, now presenting Deepak, the most proven and female-friendly dating coach in this world, overcoming all odds.
You're an invader. Why don't you go back to India?
And still successful in the West.
This documentary and the coming documentaries will be very unique, because in this documentary I'm also speaking time to time with my mother tongue. Means I'll be speaking time to time in Hindi also, because the students in this documentary and in the upcoming documentaries are all from India, migrated from India, working in very highly qualified jobs in Europe. And this is also very painful situation also, because a lot of Indian guys, a lot of migrants, they come to Europe, they come to West, they come to USA, they come to UK, and there they work as highly qualified engineers, doctors, lawyers, and in other fields, IT fields, scientific fields. But when it comes to dating life, majority of these guys are suffering with loneliness, and when they try to get better in their dating life in their own way, when they're not knowing too much about pickup, about the things that you can learn this skill also when they are doing of their own. Okay, I will do something and I will get better with girls, or I will get some girl, some European girl, some Western girl. Then majority of the time their action didn't lead to anything significant in their dating life, and it caused even more depression, even more sadness to them. And this is also the story of the student what I'm going to show you. And before we move forward in this epic transformation series, here is the quick message. If you're still suffering in your dating life and not able to find the right solution for the problems what you're facing in your dating life, then now it's time to change it forever. And if you're committed, then get to a 30-minute call with me, where I will listen to your problems what you are facing in your dating life, and I will give you the best solution which will efficiently solve your dating problems. So book a 30-minute consultation call with me. The link is in the description below, and let's solve your dating issues once for all. I am also the creator of dating product of the century, Dating in Fields Domination, which is unchallenged the best live example dating product, where you will not only see my live examples of me interacting with people, making some of them my life partner, but also my students doing the same. And live examples are from all over the world, like New York, London, Europe, Las Vegas, and from all races. If you still do not believe what I'm saying, then just check the product out. It costs only $1, and if you're not satisfied, then I guarantee I will even refund that $1 to you. And also guys, if you're enjoying my content, then like this video, because that will help in performing this video better in algorithm. And don't forget to subscribe my channel and hit the bell button so that you will be notified when I release a new video. And let's move forward with the main video. This student in this documentary is like a virgin. He has never slept with a girl in his life. All the time in his 20s he was working hard, studying hard, and improving, doing good in his career in India. And then later, like, he successfully climbed his career and later got the job in Germany, and then working in Germany in IT sector. He didn't had any kind of relationship in the past in India, and the same thing, like all the time he was focusing on his career, in job, in his technical skills, IT skills. And then when he came to Germany, the same thing. So later he decided, let's try to improve his dating life. Then he joined some kind of sport group in Germany. I will not tell exactly which sport group he joined. And in this group there were like a lot of girls and a few guys, and he was also one of them. And he thought that he could get girl from this group, because now it is like a small social circle and they are like having a small group. But what happened was, because he was from India, so he was treated as a cook there, who is like as a subservient to them by this group people, as their subservient. So he was like organizing everything in the group. He was cooking food, Indian food for them, like on the weekends when they have some like house party there, he was cooking food and everything. But there was like cool guy, some cool French guy and some German guy, I don't know exactly, we will see. But there was some cool European guy in the group. He was lazy, he was not doing anything. So what was happening, that he was getting all the girls And my Indian student, he was not getting any girl, any affection, any kind of like girl from that group. And it was very, very sad story. You can also relate with this student that this is something he was facing. And in this video, in this documentary series, I will be slightly more aggressive. And in the upcoming bootcamp series from the other students, you will see a very different personality from me when I'm talking to some Indian guys who are coming from there, like from India, from where I also coming, and I have a very different view of the world, and I try to teach them the the view of the world from their eyes. What they are seeing is not correct. You have to see the things in a different way. So it can happen that sometime when I'm speaking in Hindi, I can be very aggressive because it's my mother tongue, and I can connect with my guys in my mother tongue much better. So time to time I'll be speaking in Hindi. I will see if I'm able to put subtitles. In this documentary, I will be not be speaking too much Hindi, but in the upcoming documentaries, I will be speaking a lot of Hindi. So if you are from India, you can 100% connect with like how a desi guy, a hardcore desi guy speaks in Europe in his mother tongue, and he is not ashamed of speaking in Hindi, because majority of the guys from India, they have this inferiority complex that when they speak in Hindi, then they are inferior. The problem is that in India, if you speaking in Hindi, you are seen as a low value. Forget about outside.
कि तुम मूर्ख भारतीयों को पता नहीं क्या लकवा मार गया है अंग्रेजी का, तुम अंग्रेजों को समझाने के लिए, अंग्रेजों पे अपना इंप्रेशन जमाने के लिए अंग्रेजी का सहारा लेते हो। अरे उसको तुम्हारी बात समझनी है तो वो हिंदी सीखेगा ना, तुम इसके चक्कर में क्यों पड़ते हो? मैं जब ऑस्ट्रेलिया का होकर के हिंदी बोल सकता हूं तो तुम्हें शर्म क्यों आती है? और आज आप तो जानते हैं जितनी मेट्रोपॉलिटन सिटीज हैं उन सब में लोग अंग्रेजी को कूलनेस का प्रमाण मानते हैं।
In India, if you're speaking in Hindi, you are seen as a low value if you compare to when you're speaking in English. So you see like this inferiority complex, this colonial mindset, how deeply rooted in us, in Indians. This is, I think, the race which has not yet come from the colonial mindset. That is only the Indian race. African people, they came out from it. Chinese people, but Indians are still suffering from colonial mindset. I may react in this documentary maybe a bit different than I usually, but just forgive me. But this is something I am seeing all the time, that Indians see themselves as a very low value person, inferior person compared to the Western people, and that's why I have seen also in Indians, especially in Hindu Indians, this is this trait of Hindu Indians. When they see some Hindu, I'm saying Hindu Indian specific, when they see some Hindu Indian is getting success in the West, they all get jealous. They all get jealous. I'm not saying everyone. Maybe you are watching this video and maybe you are okay with that, you are not, you are like proud of it, but there are some people who get jealous and push each other down. Why it happens? Because we as Indian thinks that Western people, a white man is superior than us because we were ruled for 200 years. We were ruled by England.
Would you say we are still colonized in our minds? Would you say our decision making is 100% free of biases and inferiority complex even? When the British colonized India, they were desperate to legitimize their rule. So they came up with the theory of the white man's burden. They built smokes and mirrors around civilizing India, painted themselves as a superior race. The British were superior, we Indians inferior. Thomas Babington, or Lord Macaulay as you would know him today, brought English education to India. His purpose was to hammer in the inferiority complex. They introduced an education system that hailed the British as superior.
And that's why it is deeply rooted, this colonial mindset is deeply rooted in us, that white man, white people, they are superior than us. And when some Indian guy is doing something good, is getting success, then they think that how this inferior Indian guy can reach to their level. This cannot happen. This cannot happen. So they deliberately try to push him down. So I'm getting slightly out of context of this bootcamp documentary, but I just have to get out of these things to you guys, because this documentary and the upcoming documentaries, they have the students, they are also suffering with this kind of mindset, and it is my duty to educate them, to raise up their self-esteem to a level where they can also be proud of themselves, of who they are. They don't really need to hate their identity, their roots, especially the Hindu Indians, because dating success in the West is all related with your inner game, and it also relate to who you are, from where you are coming. Are you able to feel proud of who you are, or are you ashamed of who you are? So for example, an Indian person who is ashamed of speaking his Hindi language, his mother tongue, what you can expect when he is in the West. You have to understand what you can expect when he is in the West. That is the problem Indians face. And then also, when, for example, an Indian immigrant is migrated, he has kids, and now the kids are like born or grown up in the West. They hate so much India, then these West-born Indians are more racist toward Indians rather than even white people. I'm telling you, the West-born Indians are even more racist than even like white people or British people, or like from any other, places. Maybe some people do not do this thing, but in my personal experience, I have faced more racism from West-born Indians rather than even like white people. So look like I'm slightly too much expressing my what I'm feeling from inside when I'm working with these students, when I'm working in this documentary. But let's get back to the documentary. Let's get back to the student. So one thing, you see, these people who are coming from India work so much hard in their career in India, and now they are like settling and working, contributing the Western economy in USA, UK, or in West Europe, all over the world. But they are still suffering in their dating life, and this is actually not good. The problem is that Indian stereotype is actually attached as an either nerdy stereotype kind of thing, like they are like nerdy, or they are not really like good with girl kind of stereotype. And with this accent, I really don't find it funny, the Indian accent. I don't know like why people find it funny, and even like Indian people make fun of their accent and laugh on when somebody is speaking in that hard Indian accent, and they laugh. I don't find it funny. And one thing is also, like if you see like some Russian people, some person, or a German person, or like French person, they speak English in their accent. People don't find it that much funny, or people will not, even if the people laugh, they are not laughing in the degrading way, because there are still positive stereotype attached with for example Russia, for example, you say like Russian girls, or like Russia is very powerful military and the men are aggressive, so there is a positive stereotype attached with Russia. So even if there is a like people laugh on the stereotype, then it is still like positive stereotype, so it is balanced, it is not like a big thing. When German is speaking English in German accent, it look very, very mechanical, but you will never see in a degrading way, because there is a lot of positive stereotype attached with German identity, technology, all the stuff. Western, like the German is the economic powerhouse. It's the same thing with French also. But the problem is that when you are using, for example, Indian accent is used as the, like, we can laugh at it. The problem is that there is no positive stereotype attached with India at present right now. I hope it will change in my lifetime. I hope that it will change in my lifetime. But right now there is no positive stereotype attached with India. So whenever somebody is laughing at Indian accent, some outside or even in India or Indians, somebody speaking, I know some Indian who are I don't know, living in the West, and they speak in that thick Indian accent deliberately.
Why the fuck you lie? Why you always lie? Oh my god, why the fuck you lie?
Salary expectation depend on what is your budget, sir. Because when I was working in my village, people used to come to me for...
And make the whole world laugh and getting, like, this social clout. Problem with this thing is that when there is no any other positive stereotype attached with Indians, then they are like, you will only laugh and it will be get degraded even more, the stereotype. That's the issue. So in my views, this should be stopped. This should be avoided. If you have done it in the past, okay, I understand, but maybe you are not educated. I have also, 15 years ago, I have also made fun of some Indian accent at that time because I was not aware, but now I realize like this was wrong. So I corrected my mistake. I think 10 years ago already I corrected my mistakes. So I'm not doing these things like 10 years ago already. Since I became dating coach, I already realized that these things are like, I became dating coach in 2013. So I already realized that these things play important role. So I'm not doing these things. But in the start, I was also unaware. I was not rightly educated. But now it's my duty to also make you realize that these things are wrong and it should be avoided. So I can do what is in my hands to make you aware, to make you educate. And there is nothing wrong with Indian identity. This documentary and the others documentary I will release after this, they will be oriented towards Indian students, and I will be speaking with them in Hindi also. And these things are very important because Indians are coming with that kind of inferiority complex. Maybe this is looking too much for you, like what I'm talking about, but these things are very, very important. Indians are coming with that inferiority complex. No other race has that inferiority complex compared to when it comes to, no other race is having that kind of inferiority complex, but Indians are still having this colonial mindset inferiority complex. Some people may not agree, but I know like many people think in this way. They think white Western man is their master. Sorry, it looks offensive, but they think a white Western man is their master. They still think with this kind of colonial mindset. I see all the time in Hindi channel also, this is the same mindset. They are like still suffering. And that is why, for example, an Indian, imagine like some Indian guy, he's migrated. Now he has kids. So he will be having suffering with this colonial mindset, and then he will be teaching his kids to hate India. He is not teaching to his kids to be proud of India or Indian heritage, but stay submissive. Do not fight for your your rights or something like that. Stay passive, stay submissive, stay passive, stay submissive, and grown up like that, subservient to the Western culture, their masters. And Now when the kids grow up, they automatically do not want to associate with India. And that's why I'm telling you, I will make another video, but I'm just touching this topic because that's why the West born Indians are even more racist, because they are grown up in the environment where they are also taught, like, do not associate with the Indian thing or something like that. Maybe some people are not like that, but majority of I have seen the West born Indians are definitely more West born Indians. Hindu Indians are more racist towards Indians and India compared to white, white Westerner, white Europeans or something like that. That's how it is. In my personal experience, I have seen this thing, because I have seen this kind of racism definitely from these people compared to, no, for example, I can understand, because when I was like, I'm getting success in my dating life, bringing students, and everything is good. So sometimes when it comes to like some people are like jealous of me or hating me. So okay, I am a successful dating coach in the West, the king of all dating coaches in the West. Then I understand that in the West, it is dominated by white people, white Western European, or like these coaches, and they don't like it some outsider is doing. But at the same time, then I can understand there is like, I'm like, booming like girls and teaching my students also, the slightly kind of this jealousy is there. I can understand that. And but when it comes to like westborn Indians, and I noticed that they were even more racist towards me, and I was just thinking in my head that what can be the reason behind, what is exactly the reason behind, um, how it is like that. you know because they are like me, and I don't see them in that way. I honestly, like when it comes to like I have achieved so much, in life, like maybe not the on financial level, but financial success I don't really care as success. I see success if I able to achieve my goals in my life. So one of my goal was to come to Europe. One of my biggest goal was coming to West. It was very tough, and 2006 I achieved that goal. It has nothing to do with like money, just coming to West. I achieved that 2006. The another goal was to get good with Western, like dating with Western girls. I achieved that. I just like all over the world, wherever I go, I have achieved that success, that goal. It is not like financial goal, but I achieved that goal. Goal is a goal. And then my goal was the getting success as a dating coach, which is very, very tough as an Indian guy, as an Indian immigrant in the West, not in Delhi, not in India, in the West. And like financially it is like, okay, I understand, but I have achieved that goal also. I am successful as a dating coach. I'm not like millionaire like RSD Tyler or Owen Cook or some other, like some James Marshall, like millionaire like these guys, but they have already have like higher buy-in. So I am fighting against the odds. They are just riding on the wave. I am fighting against the odds. So for that, I am still able to achieve, and without using any kind of support from, just all by myself. Like I'm not working for some person or European person or like Westerner. I got successful just by myself. Just me being coming from India, I made it successful. And this is very, very competitive and very, very hard, and very, very, I mean, I have to deal with like psychopaths and sociopath in this business, and this business is not that easy. So I I got like come back to the topic. So I got like successful, and I was just thinking like at least like these people should be proud of like at least okay, I understand like like the European guys or like like white Westerners or like who are not Indians, they may be a bit slightly jealous, though the jealous is not coming from the black people. That is interesting. Black people, as the jealous do not come that much. I don't have that much. They don't jealous me. Love from the black, I always get. And also interesting thing, Muslim people, I also do not get that much. Maybe some people, but normally Muslim people's like. From Pakistan, from Afghanistan, Muslim Indians also, Arab world, they are also not that much jealous. They are not like that thing. Only the though don't worry, I'm Hindu. I'm not going to. I'm not a race traitor. I will be loyal to my religion. I'm just telling you. But I get the more hate, more jealousy from my own people. That's the reality. That's how it is. I have seen like it's like when it comes to Westborn guy, like Indian origin guy, who is like jealous or hating on me, then his name will be always a Hindi name, Abhi, Avinash. Um, I'm not like going for a specific person, but like something Hindi origin name. And I was also thinking like why it is so. It is I am right now. It is not about blame game right now for me. I don't want to do blame. We are getting slightly away from the topic, but I have to get it out from my heart right now. I just wanted to speak with you. I just get it out from my heart. So we are not like doing. I don't want to do blame game. They are bad or something. I see it that these people are ill informed. These people are ill informed because they hate the Indian identity so much. They grown up in the environment, they are made fun of, they hate. That's why they do not want to associate, they do not want to do with this kind of Indian identity and Hindu identity, because in our like culture in India, we are like being like grown up in a way that Hindu culture is bad, it's a bad culture, it has nothing we should proud of, and we should not be proud of. It's like old kind of old tradition. The new generation, it is like old tradition kind of thing, like illiterate people who follow these tradition, something like that. Hindi language is like a garbage language. We should not like if you're speaking Hindi, then you are like a low class person. So when you're grown up in that environment, definitely, and when you're migrated to the Western, you have this kind of inferiority complex. Now we are coming back to this video. Now you're having this inferiority complex, and now you want to date a white girl. The problem is that with Indians, they want to be like them. They want to be. You have to see like a simple thing that like there are like so many Indian people, West-born Indians are also living in the West. They have accent advantage. They have higher SMV than me, but they never able to achieve what I have achieved. Just immigrant who is not able to speak proper, like correct, grammatically correct English, who is like now I'm like in mid, I don't want to tell, but I'm like I'll be in few years I'll be 50-year-old. So so who is on that level, like I'm able to date the girls, and they have not able to achieve that kind of success what I have able to achieve, because there is a core difference between them and me and all the Indians who are coming from that. So let's go back. So Indians, for example, this guy and the other guy, the main issue is that when they are coming, they are like also have deep ingrained that like oh, they can speak in English, now we can act like these people, these like from the Westerners, because when Indian is coming, because they hate their culture, their identity. They don't really feel proud of it. When you're not feeling proud, so you want to be someone else.
You're also Hindu?
Yeah.
I'm also Hindu. We're the white boys of this country.
True.
You understand? You want to be someone else. So when they are coming, this is like because they think that being Indian is something bad, is something not really worth. It is something like really very low class. So when you are thinking that way, you will be treated like that. That's the main issue. And that's why these Westbourne Indians have the same kind of this problem. It is very interesting, I'm telling you, this is very interesting to see. In Germany, you have Turkish people. A lot of Turkish people are living in Germany. So it is find out that the Turkish born, so German born Turkish, like their parents originated from, migrated to Turkey to Germany as workers, and now their sons and daughters, their kids, they are more connected to the root. They are more radical actually. They are more radical when it comes to religion, and because they want to be slightly more connected to the Turkish root compared to their parents. It is very interesting thing. In India, it is not like that, because okay, Turkish religion is also Islam, and Islam is also very strongly connected. It is very interesting in Islam. No matter where you are, they teach that you are superior than everyone else, and Islam is the best religion, and that's how it is. It's a belief system, and that's why they don't feel ashamed of being, called Muslim or something like that.
Okay, if you were an animal, which animal would you have been, and why?
I'd be a lion.
Lion.
The lion.
And why? Yeah,
because he's superior.
Subhanallah, yeah, true.
Why would you want to be a prey when you can be the predator? The lion is...
But with Indian Hindus, they feel ashamed to be called like Hindu, or they are Hindu religion or something like that, and they ashamed of their origin, their identity, and that's why they are just neither they become a proper Westerner, nor they become proper from nor they are proud of their identity. So they are banged from both sides.
You're also Hindu?
Yeah.
I'm also Hindu. We're the white boys of this country.
True.
And that's why it is it is in the media, you see, Indians are made the fun the most. Which race made the fun the most? Indians. So that's how it is. And that is the same thing is coming with this guy also. He's facing the same thing, just working in the IT job and having feeling inferior, and having this if I become like them, then I will get them. Honestly, this is not how I got that elite level, the top level result, even I'm not saying that I'm the only guy who can get the best result. I'm saying that I'm the only guy who can get the best result based on my SMB without using any social clout, any social media, with pure gaming skills, with pure technical gaming skills. In the daytime environment, I can get the highest quality girls. In that environment, I have the skills, and I can also teach. That's what I'm claiming. Of course, there can be guys who can get better results than me. I'm not saying that, but in my niche, I'm the fucking king. Simple as that. Nobody can challenge me when it comes to results. Nobody can challenge me when it comes to showing results of the student. Complete, clear transparency I show, but I have to do it because my stereotype don't allow me that I have that. I can just get away with just talking and without showing any proof. I cannot do that. There are some guys who can get their stereotype allowed them to get away just with talking, and they don't need to show any proof. But my stereotype do not allow me to just get away with talking. I have to show a solid proof. That's how it is. That's why in this documentary I'm also going to show you how this guy from being virgin dated like a model caliber girl, European girl, and in some way I got a bit slight. I saw that what the fuck I have done with this in-ear coaching. I was doing in-ear coaching to this guy, and I said to myself like, what the fuck, like this is. And I at that time I remember I called my friend in Germany. I said like, dude, like that's fucking insane what he's getting. So but yeah, so this is like you will see the documentary of this person. The starting time when he came, he was very depressed. On the first day, when we talked on the phone, he was very sad, very depressed. He told me this whole story. But when we meet, also in the first day, he'd explained me like how he's getting tooled in his social circle. Also, there is like, and he said that he's just virgin. He has never had. He's just all the time working for his like career, job, money, making money, and he just feel lonely and depressed, like what he should do. So that's why the big brother came to save him, to help. I mean, I'm for all races, but when he's coming, then I will be also helping him. So when it comes to career, these guys have achieved a fair amount of success in their career, in finances, but just like completely like single, sad, living in the West. And that is something I have also one case where one guy was he was from actually he was a doctor. I cannot tell exactly the identity, but he was doctor from an African origin. He was a doctor in Germany, and he was more on like depression, more like a depression, and he was so desperate when it comes to like getting results, or like he was just, even when I was teaching him, it was so hard for me to work with him because girls slightly do something and he became completely negative and sad and depressed, and it was very, very hard. So he was on the tipping point of the situation that he did like all the success what he can get as an African immigrant. He became like very highly successful doctor, but not getting anything, just not getting anything. And he said to me that it should be better he go back to Africa. He said that why he is even living here in the West, he should better go in Africa, and at least he has like a very high chance to find a life partner there. It is not making any sense for him to be here in the West anymore. So he was so you see like okay, German government like helped him. And he also like worked hard, but he is not like some refugee. He's not like some refugee who is just living on the social benefit and not really interested in working and just chilling out on the city center the whole day and making like doing anti-social activities. He's not. He's a like a well qualified, like a successful immigrant, working as a doctor, even in doctor on a very, the doctor who are working on, I will not say like which field, actually which specialization, but the specialization that require lot of like hard work. So he achieved that all the things and working very successfully, but he was depressed, and he said that it looks like that he has to say bye to this to Germany. And you see like if you are not able to, if nobody is there to solve this problem, then who will solve? Their parents will solve, The German government will solve. Okay, like European government will solve. No, somebody has to come and solve. So that's what I'm doing here also, solving this problem, so that the people who are working in the West, at least they have like at least a one quality life partner. They can live with them happily, make some family, some kids, some intelligent kids. Of course, when you are a high IQ immigrant making kids, then most probably the kids will he will be growing up their kids also in a very good way, in a proper way, and they will be also like contributing to the society rather than like surviving on the social benefits. So when it comes to um, like saying what I want to say, I just say it. So, but anyway, like the people who are on social benefits, they are not my audience anyway. So, but it's better if you are coming in the West, then you should not be on the social benefits for the whole life. So even if you have like phase of life when you're not able to do job or work, or you lose your job, then you should get back to work, contribute to the society, rather than living the whole life lazy and living on social benefits. Then it is not helping your kind of people, and also it is not helping where you are living also. So training happened in Warsaw, and we met on the first day. There I'm working on the fashion and grooming of the student. The fashion sense of the student was not very good, just because he was earning good and can spend a lot of money in buying clothes. It's not mean that he was buying the right clothes for him. So I told him like, of course you have been, they are like very very costly, looking like very vintage style of jacket, very costly, but nobody wear these jackets. So we have to buy, like even if you want to buy a good quality leather jacket, then it should be this kind of style. I gave him. Then we did the haircut also of him. Sometimes I have to do this fashion part also with the students. It is good that when you are already done it, but even if you are not able to, I can also help with that. So that's the first things what I did with him. And also like people say like, oh, Deepak is from India. He's some low IQ immigrant. I don't know, like the way he speaks is weird with accent. So just for information, I have worked in the past as a B2B IT consultant in Volkswagen in Java programming. I have worked in this field, and also I can teach students in three language. I can teach German people in German language. I can like German language I can speak English language, and I can speak in Hindi. Mother tongue is my mother tongue, is still proud Hindi speaker. This is my mother tongue, and I can teach also students in Hindi language, and I don't really ashamed of speaking my mother tongue, and you should also not be ashamed of speaking your mother tongue. This is very interesting. I have seen, I was with my some German friends, like some of my friends were my students, and then we are like so close, we became friends. So we are all were like having some fun time in Warsaw, enjoying in between boot camp. I called them that I have some free time, so they came and we joined, having some free time together. That time, I remember I was with my friend. With my two friends, so they were both German, and we were in in the cafe, and then I saw some Indian person, and so what happens was that I said, oh, he's from India, and then I started to speak with him in Hindi, and then he was he was slightly hesitated, and then he's answering me in English, and then I say I will not say, oh, speak with me in English. So see Hindi. So then I say, okay, we turned into like more English, slightly Hindi here and there, but more English. And then my German friend said that why you were speaking in English, because if I go to, like if I meet a German person in Thailand or in Barcelona or in Mallorca, so we speak in German, why you people don't speak in your own mother tongue in Hindi? Why you're speaking English? It would be very awkward for me if I meet a German person in a USA and we start to speak in English. It would be very awkward, and it's the same thing like a Russian person who is going to for example India, Goa. He meets some Russian, so they will not be speaking in Hindi or English. They will be speaking in their mother tongue. So why you are not speaking? I said, yeah, I said, like, we just feel ashamed of speaking our own mother tongue. That's the problem with Indians, and that's why we are from both sides. We get in India, we also get in the West. That's how the reality is, you know. So this is how it is. This is if you are not able to get out of these things, you're not going to get successful. You can get here and there some low level shot when it comes to like getting top tier shots, getting that kind of, you know, power in game, and like, you know, strong inner game mindset. You have to accept who you are and you have to be proud of who you are. Then you will see, like, you know, how the results goes up. Of course you have to adapt to the Western society. I'm not saying like, you know, like you have to accept, but from inside you have to be not ashamed of who you are. So this is the first things, like I'm working with these guys. I have to work with these guys. And if you're watching this video, then when you're coming to learn game from me, then you should definitely get these things handled if I'm making this video for you. That's why I'm also giving this information. When you come to me, then we will focusing on technical game rather than like, you know, building up your inner game. So you watch this video so that, or my other videos on the channel. I mean, my videos are for all races, but right now Indians are suffering a lot. There is no stereotype, positive stereotype attached with Indians. Even with Asians and all, you have this B-pop. What is this? K-pop. You have this K-pop and all this Asian culture attachment. And Chinese people, honestly, they don't see themselves inferior that much. They do have this, you know, like they like white girls, or Chinese girls like white man or European man. But so for example, I really don't think that they are ashamed of who they are. Chinese people are not ashamed of who they are. Asian people, because you see, like in China, people all speak Chinese. They all speak Chinese. Everything is in Chinese. They are not ashamed of Chinese speaker. In India, we are ashamed of speaking in Hindi language, in our mother tongue. We made fun of it. So if Chinese are proud of who they are, then why we cannot? I have to also make this video in English, but that's right now I have to, like, because I'm working internationally, and so you understand. So being speaking in Hindi. So the way I speak English in the West, if I'm meeting an Hindi person, in an Indian Hindi speaking person, I really don't like to speak with. Honestly, I'm telling you, if you meet me, like you know, I will be speaking with you. If I get the idea that you are from India and something, I will prefer to speak in Hindi rather than like trying to be like, you know, English speaker or something like that. I can speak English, but I can speak the Hindi also the same way in any location, any place where I go. I don't feel ashamed. Oh, people will not understand and all these things. If this is like that, then why, like, Spanish people speak Spanish in USA or something like that? So if it is valid, why we should not, why should we can also speak the language, mother tongue? There is nothing, nobody stopping us. Something, I see Arab people speaking their Arab language in Germany or other places also. They are not feeling ashamed of it. So that's why I want to say, like, that's why, like, it will be a lot of technical things what you will see the result of the student, but this is something I have to cover in this documentary and the coming documentaries. The lot of things you will see. The second documentary will definitely have, I will be speaking lot of Hindi things. You will see when I speak in Hindi, how I speak on in the field. That would be very interesting for you to watch. So let's see. Let's start in this thing. So here I'm giving him some tips how to start the conversation on the first time, not like going all in on the students, understanding the student, connecting with him. So here I'm giving like how he can start the conversation.
How are the people here? Because I have a mixed feeling. Sometimes I feel like people are friendly, sometimes I feel like people are not friendly. I don't even get like how are the people, what is your people are friendly here? And she said like, you know, blah blah blah. And so what about you? Are you friendly? And then you say like, you know, it's too much.
It's too
for
much.
you?
The
conversation pattern.
No, it's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. So I start. Hello, excuse me. I got one question.
Loud.
Hello, excuse me.
More loud.
Excuse me.
You see, I am loud.
Yeah.
No,
I
I'm.
can listen to you.
So, don't.
Yeah.
So I don't. I mean.
Yeah. Excuse me. I got a question.
Yeah.
I'm from New York. I was just hanging here. And,
not hanging here, like, you know, clear. You say clear.
Okay.
Excuse me, I have a question. I just left. I am from, like, you know, I'm from New York. You said I'm from New York and living in right now in Berlin. So I'm here for the first time in this place and looking for XYZ restaurant.
Okay.
Say it.
Hello, excuse me. I'm from New York.
You don't say hello. You say excuse me.
Okay, excuse me.
Excuse me.
Excuse me. I'm from New York and I stay in Frankfurt and I'm
not Frankfurt. Frankfurt. Why you are stretching everything?
Okay. Frankfurt.
I am from New York. I'm living here. I'm in Frankfurt. I'm from New York, but live in Frankfurt now.
Okay. Excuse me. I'm from New York. I'm staying in Frankfurt now. And
eye contact.
Yeah. Excuse me. I'm from New York. I'm staying in Frankfurt now, and I was wondering where I can find the.
Wondering.
Wondering.
You're making. Why you are making it a little longer? You can remove it now because of you. Because you want like don't short.
Okay.
Wondering.
Yeah. Okay. Wondering that I was sorry.
Wondering where I can find some Indian
exotic
restaurant
between Mexican
and Thai.
Okay.
Thai.
Mexican,
Thai. Yeah. So we go and then you just imagine you are a completely new in the city. It's about death, life and death. You don't know anything. You still need to talk to people.
Okay.
Forget about fucking them. Just get normal conversation going on. Right now, our aim is just to get you normal conversation.
Okay.
And from there we pick it up. You know, first step is get comfortable with the environment, get comfortable with the normal conversation.
Yeah.
Because you know the problem with that, like there are like two. I make the video emotionally connected, emotionally disconnected. For you guys, like me guys, we have more emotionally get like, you know, our emotions will take over us. We get more fear, we get more nervous, we get this thing. So we have need to have the willpower to control these emotions. But once we get that part and we are in the relationship, when we're in the conversation, we can connect with the other person emotionally because we can read and feel the emotions much better than the other people. So in the start, people like you, like me, have slightly tough time, but when it comes to relationship, when it comes to like sex and like it is much easier.
So here I'm giving a template of like speaking, but you have to understand one thing. This is very important because these like, I don't want to judge anyone. I don't want to judge, but if you see the students I'm getting, this is one thing I will. I don't know why by this time how many white Westerner will be watching this video, but I will still give, even at least if some Indians who are Westbourne Indian watching and even some white Westerner watching, this is something I want to tell you guys also. Like when I say I'm the king of all dating coaches, then there's a reason behind I can back it up. So for this guy, it is for me impossible, because my kind of confidence, the way I speak with the girls, it is impossible for them to get it within like 5 days or something like that. So why I should waste my time in doing something that is so tough for them, and they're just stuck in the first part of the game, first part of the approach. So what I'm doing here is that in future documentary, I have already explained this thing very detailed with the graphs and everything, so that you understand what I mean, but I'm just explaining you here. So this student level is just coming from India and like working in Germany and Europe. So I have 11 12 years of experience in games, so he will never able to reach in 5 days to my level. But when it comes to f***ing, he can fuck girls even without reaching to my level. That's the main idea, because for banging you don't need to reach to my level. Simple as that. You don't need when it comes to banging, and you want banging. Yeah. So what I'm doing is I tone down my level. Let's do it from here. So this is the student level, this is my level. So I am reducing my level to this level and then connecting with the student and try to bring the student up like this, raising the level of his according to his situation, according to his personality. So I am not going to give him the direct approach, the confident direct approach style. This is very let's like this. Yeah, it is coming like this better. So I'm not giving a student like my confident direct approach style. I am finding a way how I can make him better in approaching for his level and make something happen. If you understand, I have repeated this thing many times. The most important thing when you want to improve game is to get the face time from the girl. More the face time you have with the girl, more you have chances to improve your interaction with the girl, and that leads to like something happening man to woman with that girl. So instead of like hitting the girl hard with some like she's having a tank armor and you're coming with your 9mm pistol and shooting with your direct game, this guy is not yet heavyweight guy, his inner game is not yet developed. If I'm trying to give him a 9mm pistol and there is a tank armor Abraham tank and he's shooting with his 9mm pistol, it's not going to happen anything. It's just like we will just doing the same thing for 5 days and done. So here I am trying to find a way how we can improve his situation with whatever like capability he is having right now, and not pushing in a way that, because it is not easy for him to achieve to my level within short amount of time. So that's why I'm like but when he's getting experience with the girl, that will be very valuable for him also, for his inner game and the future journey also. So here, for example, I'm giving him tips how he can improve conversation in a various different ways.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. So I start. Hello, excuse me. I got one question.
Loud.
Hello, excuse me.
More loud.
Excuse me.
You see, I am loud.
Yeah.
No,
I can listen to you.
So here I'm working on the loudness, because this is something, they have this fear factor all the time, this fear thing. They are just afraid of, oh my God, I'm like, I am a low value guy. I should not do anything to break, social norms in the West. Oh my God. So this is something they are coming with, this kind of this inferior mindset. So I have to make them slightly more alpha. That's my duty, because girls like, if you get aroused by low voice kind of like these kind of guy, I'm happy with that, but you don't get aroused. So I have to make them alpha. Even their IT engineers, IT consultant, if they stay nerd, they will stay single. So I have to make them fuckable. That's my duty.
Excuse me, I got a question.
Yeah.
I'm from New York. I was just hanging here.
Not hanging here, like, clear. You say clear.
So one thing is that he was like speaking like, so I was going to India because I was hanging here. So he was speaking all these things, he is stretching it. So I was doing. So I said like, speak in a clear, precise, and cut it. So I was hanging in this place. I was hanging in this place. So I said like, don't speak like that. All the time he was speaking this bad habit he's getting from India is just like, this, what we say, this, this singing at the end, like, stretching it. So stop this stretching of the words. So you will see these things when he speaks all many times.
Excuse me, I have a question. I just left. I am from I'm from New York. You said.
Yeah, I mean this is something you will also see that because they are just coming and they have not yet developed. So I just say, okay, instead of India, just say you are from New York, and that's okay right now. And so you will be seeing they actually in some of my videos you will see like I said them because it is better to say you are from New York rather than you say you are from Mumbai or you are from Calcutta or you are from Madhya Pradesh or some Indian city, and just say it, and who cares at the end, like, so something like this is, I'm saying these are the small things.
For example, she said like, Indian guy, you're not my type. Something like this.
So this is something we are also facing with the student, like, the girl say like, okay, well, I'm talking, but you're not just my type. So I'm giving, so you see like these kind of objections, you are not going to learn from any other dating coach because they are not getting these kind of objections. You have to understand like there will be more guys who look like me. They need dating tip, dating advice, rather than guys who look like some good looking dating coach, some white good looking dating coach. Something like that. Maybe sometimes people say that I am racist, why I'm using this word, but this is, I am saying what is it, what is how it is. I'm not racist, but I'm just saying this is how it is. This is how it is biased. And if you are enough in the field, you will see this thing. If I'm saying an Indian guy or a white guy is getting the same reception in Thailand or in Brazil, then I'm lying. Simple as that. Or in South Korea, a white European guy is going, or an Indian guy is going, and they get the same reception in these places like a Indian as the same reception as a white European, then I'm lying. So that's why I'm just saying what is how it is. I'm not hating anyone. I'm just saying how it is. So this objection I'm teaching him, like when the girl is saying you're not my type, so I'm explaining him.
For example, she said like, Indian guy, you're not my type. Something like this. Everything is good, but let's be just friends. You're not my type. Then you can say like, story like, when the girl said you're not my type, then I have to laugh all the time. She said, why? And I tell you a story, it's a real story. I was like, 5 years ago, I was in XYZ city. I met a girl in a social circle. There was a girl from Sweden, like a blonde, tall, blonder than you, tall, from Switzerland. She was from Sweden. And she was in the social circle, so I wanted to have something with her. So I tell my friend, like, if he can connect me with this girl. Then my friend told me, like, my friend asked, he was already in a relationship, so he asked her, and then she said like, oh no, like she said like, no, he's a nice guy, but he's not my type. He's not my type. Then I cannot imagine to date with him. So then I said like, okay, like, okay, it's all fine, like, So then what happens, after 1 month we had a. Okay. I said, what do you mean by team? What? Just change the topic. Okay. We were doing a lot of stuff together, you can say. So, and then you just don't know it yet. So she says, she will say, like, change the topic. you know, so make her confused. Don't fall in her trap, like, you know, when the girl says you're not my type, you don't buy that frame. It is important that you don't buy this thing. If you buy that frame, you are already like lost. We don't take bullshit because they don't have any. This is how it is. So I mean, you see the type of results I get if I just, like, you know, having a like lightweight guy and listening to whatever the people said to me, like, you know, like, man, use your fucking Indian chicken curry and first improve your German, or first improve your English, first improve your this. That you don't having hairs. They say this and that to me. So I said, even if I have like the best English or best German, will I get laid? Like, you know, so, and people say, like, you know, sometimes literally some guy said, like, you know, in the old days, man, you're not going to get 10 if you're not 10. Look at you, man, like, you know, fucking look like this thing. You're not going to get, like, you know, this hot girls. It's because you're shit. So they say me, like, you know, I mean, because I deal with a lot of guys, and like in the old days meeting, like, you know, and then some guys are like putting you down all the time. And then you just cannot buy. Even like me, for example, that white guy, he was one time I was in Czech Republic, and everything was like, you know, went good, and the last minute girl like, you know, flaked on me, and this started to say, oh, why she will meet you? Look at her and look at you. Look like you have no value, no ugly guy. This and that. I said, dude, are you kidding? So I like, you know, he like tried to offend me in some time, like, you know. So you know, because
looks and
you know, they like sometimes are jealous, sometimes lot of stuff. But I keep on going. I don't take. I just, like, you know, I just told him, like, you know, shut the fuck up or let me do my stuff. And and move forward. So you don't really get affected, or you just shut them down. You got affected. No, you can be, like, you know, empathic, nice guy, but you don't take other people's.
So here I'm explaining this very important thing. Like, if you are living in the West, like, and it can happen to you. Even for anyone, for all races, it is valid. Like, if somebody is trying to bully you or is trying to put you down, then you have to stand up to say what is right for you to say. And one of my, like, in the past, like, in a known person, this really happened, and everything went good. We were writing on the last minute. The girl didn't come for me to meet me for a date, and he just finished me. He just finished me off with that. Like, the girl didn't came to meet me, and then he said, like, you are like fucking, like, you look at you like Indian guy, brown guy, balding. I mean, what you have to value to offer? Look at this beautiful chess girl, like. She has all the reasons to say no to you. You have nothing to offer. You have just nothing to offer to him, to her, and I was already very good in game, actually. And sometime it happens that even if you are in the best situation, sometimes girls just don't feel like, and they just don't want to meet you. You know, so I was already getting late. I actually taught him game, but he just said this thing, and I became so angry, and I just said it on his face that, dude, like, don't say like this next time. Pack up your stuff, otherwise pack up your stuff and go back home to Berlin. Don't stay here. Like, if you're talking to me like this next time, I'm not going to tolerate this BS. This is not going. And like, you know, I have the balls to say, if somebody's stepping on my Jordans, and I have the balls to say, I can, in some situation, I can act in a very different way also. So just, you are earning money, you are in IT, you are doing, you know, all the stuff and making, you are like doing white collar job. It is not making you alpha. It is not going to get you laid. You have to, when somebody is saying some bullshit. You have to stand up and stand for yourself. This Gandhi thing, what happened? Gandhi never gave us freedom in the past. That stay passive and stay like whatever people say, let them say, stay passive. That kind of mentality or mindset is not going to get you anything. At that time also it didn't work out, and now also it will not work out if you are following that kind of path. So maybe your parents have taught the wrong way the life, so it's time for me to correct you and teach you how to live life in a right way. So that's why you should watch me rather than following this, old, this stay passive, don't say anything, just keep quiet and do your work, contribute to the economy. This is not how it works, and stay depressed and sad.
What happens when I won the last Liga season? So I was the captain of my team. And we wanted to.
So here he's explaining his story where he got also like bullied, and not bullied, like made fun of the other guy. Other guy was making fun of him. So he's
What happens when I won the last Liga season? So I was the captain of my team. And we wanted to pose a photo. And some guy said, you don't have muscles, why do you pose it? And something like small things, but yeah, sometimes it hurts,
You can say I have a big dick that can f your ass. You can say something like this, and I'm a also. You can say something strong, Some you don't, yeah.
So some guy said like, maybe I'm acting a bit slightly more aggressive to him, but I have to do so that if my level is so high, then at least he will reaching to this level. You understand? If my level is high, so at least he from the cupping in the ground level, he go at least, if my level is 10, so at least he go to level 4. Right now he's on the ground level. So that's why I said it. So
yeah, and these guys, they just don't look at me as a leader or alpha guy from a group, but
they don't look at you.
They don't look at me. I am alpha guy. I'm telling you. The girls tells me, other guys tells me that you are managing so many things. You do stuff, you cook stuff, you book the apartment. I'm really active in the group to happen that things, on the weekends or whatever in the tournament. I'm taking too much effort, and they think it like that. But the other guy cannot stand it that I'm doing all the stuff. Yeah.
The problem
I book the apartment, I cook it, but the girl goes and stays by him. And this is we are the winner, because
no, that's like the alpha guy.
Stupid guy.
No, the thing is like the problem is that the alpha guy. The thing is that here you have to work on you, that's okay. You do it. But the girls are going to him, so in their eyes they see him as the alpha guy. That's the problem. That's what we have to work on, because you all do the hard work and they get the prize. This is not what we want.
Yeah, this is not what we really want.
This is this is not what we want. So you don't really need to. Because sometimes you say you're cooking and all, so you're just worker kind of personality. Oh, he's working for us, this thing, taking care of, but at the end they're not you.
Yeah, that's for sure. I don't understand that equation.
So it means maybe you do less of this stuff.
Not so much.
Because you have to have that respect in your group. And you just cannot let these guys tool you these things. So one time also this happens, and for me, in the old days, very old days, some guys try to tool me. I just back them, back them off or something. And when it comes to even, I can go violent, man. I can literally go for fight. For fight, I don't take shit. Maybe people like it or not like it, but if I have my boundaries, So we sit at Alexanderplatz and like walking with this girl like hand in hand, holding hand, taking to my place and I'm going to her. Now what happens? Well, another pickup artist saw that he just approached this girl. So they look like girlfriend, but he knows that he just approached her. So maybe he can get the girl out of him. So like for example, you're walking with your girlfriend. So you were just, hey, my name is blah blah blah. This.
In front of you.
Yeah, I was walking with her with hand in hand. This thing, and then what happens? I said, dude, this is my girlfriend. Don't you see? We are like holding hands. And he was just keep talking, cannot stop. And she was also like nice, like in the sense she was like keep engaging with him also, because she cannot be impolite. Then what happened? Like I said, like this girl, man. First I take care of him. So I just like put the girl out, and I just went for him. I literally throw him on the ground and beat him, and then he ran to the police, and I was running for him.
Okay.
Literally, I was running for. I was like angry, literally, what the, So because they thought they can tool me. They can tool me because sometimes you have to show that inner aggression, and because you don't want to be kind of the guy who is I feel maybe you can correct me that right now you are doing a lot of effort in your so it may happen that the group see you as a the guy who's taking care, the provider kind of thing, but not taking you seriously in the sense they are going with something like that.
The first day was definitely is more like an inner game thing, so that's why I'm explaining a lot of this video is covering a lot of inner game stuff also, and this is valid for all Indians who are coming in the West and want to improve. I mean, it's valid for all people all over the world who are suffering in their dating life, but definitely the Indians are having this low self-esteem compared to any other race I have seen, because it's the Indians. When it comes to self-racism, it's the Indians. You will find the Indian race is hating on Indians a lot. The thing is, people can say in Chinese people also love white, go for white, but when it comes to Chinese men or something, they still have a Chinese men go for a white girl, I understand. Chinese girl who go for a white man, I understand. They prefer this thing. But when it comes to in-group preference, the Asian, I will use the Asian word. So when it comes to in-group preference, the Asians still have an in-group preference. They are still collectively together. You see, collectively together. You have this Chinatown, something like that. Have you seen? In London, I have seen so all these Asian people are there. They are still collectively together. But you will not find something like this in India. Indian people don't do like this. Why? Because they hate themselves. That is the reason. They are not proud of their identity, their culture, from where they came from. They are not proud of it, and that's why they are suffering. When you are not united, when you are not sticking together, it is always going to be like that. Here I'm also correcting him. What is actually alpha? What is not alpha? So what he's thinking is alpha is not alpha. What I'm teaching him is the alpha thing. So sometimes you have to educate. So sometimes people are ill-informed. So it is also my duty to educate them.
This is something give you confidence. Is you start. This is something because you want the confidence in you. The confidence comes when how the confidence comes in the guys. And one of the confidence comes when you know if some physical thing happen, you can defend, you can beat the other person. So what you can do is you learn some kickboxing, something like that, in something like MMA, something kind of thing. More like a kickboxing, I will say, not like a grappling MMA, jiu-jitsu, more like a kickboxing. I have a friend who is this will believe me, because if some confrontation happen, you stand up, this white guy is trying to try to make you out alpha. And if it come to physical thing, and you know how to defend yourself, how to beat the out of him, he will get the sense. He will not. Sometimes you can sense the guys, even the small guys who are alpha. They're know how to fight. Nobody mess with them. Even the smaller guys. Nobody mess with them because they give the aura. I respect other people also, but I don't like if somebody is crossing my boundaries, or if I know that I cannot do too much, I just leave that place. I just don't care. I have a friend sometime what happens, you get yourself offended because you don't want to leave the group. You don't want to. Yeah. You have the insecurity that how it will happen. But what happens is you're degrading yourself in the group a lot, and it's not going to help you anyway. So I have a friend who is one of my best friend. I was with him in Hanover one time, and he had a group, and he was the guy in the group, the alpha gay male of this group. He was alpha male kind of. So he was destroying him, tooling him and everything. And I become angry. I said dude, why you're not defending? I said, he's always like that. He's always like that, I said, he's insulting you, man. But at least I have a good time. I get a good mood with him. That's why I don't. So I told him, man, it's not going to help you. You're destroying your self-esteem also. If the relationship is the girl is abusing you all the time, you just leave. Yeah. If it is not, so it's just like a group, and you don't want to. Don't. Keep it all the time. So this is something you don't want to leave these people because of this reason. That's why you don't do it, and that makes you a bit more in the long run, your value is degraded. So, what we need to focus on. So you get the ideas,
I do.
So enough of the inner game things, but inner game is very, very important for Indians. And the videos what I'm making, hopefully all these videos will help you also to understand, how you should think. The thing is one thing I want to tell that the things I have achieved, I never saw some guy who has achieved that level coming from India. If you see someone, just let me know. I will love to meet him also. But again, I'm saying in my field, without any social clout, without any social media, without any kind of big following, without any social circle, just me, who I am, based on my looks, based on my style, based on my game, based on my personality, getting the top tier girls way higher than my looks, something like that. What I can do, I have never saw some Indian guy doing the same level. Even West born Indians, I have never saw doing something like that. So sure, there must be some people there, but the level what I'm teaching right now, I have never seen, because being a coach and teaching in this level, that require a very different kind of mindset and skills. So yeah, so what I'm saying here is that now he is approaching some girls. The jacket he's wearing is not really the best jacket. He thought this is a very good jacket, but it is not looking the best style. It is slightly oversized. So I will not say just because you have money, then you buy some oversized jacket because you think that some Indian mindset, low, I can put the sweater inside and then I can wear it in the summertime and then I can wear in the winter time because then I can put sweater inside. This is not how it works. If you want to have the spring or summer spring style jacket, then it should be fit spring style. If you want to have something in winter time, then you buy a loose one. So I have leather jackets, for example. I'm not using the same jacket for the spring or summertime. I have a jacket that can only accommodate a t-shirt. If I'm putting anything else, then it will destroy the shape of the jacket because it is that kind of fitting. That is wearing I'm only in the springtime, summertime, when the slightly warm, cool temperature. When there's a very cold, then I have a jacket, even the same style jacket, like, same style jacket, but I can wear sweater or some sweater, a thick sweater inside with a warm t-shirt or something like that. So don't try to save the money and have one jacket for all. And also, if you have a jacket that is you are wearing only just t-shirt, summer style or leather jacket, or some a spring style leather jacket, or you can wear in the starting of autumn, don't try to wear a sweater inside because it will stretch the leather and it become very bad. So don't do these things.
Oh, Ukraine! I never thought about that, because I told you, because she's from accent immediately. So she said So you said I didn't thought about that from Ukraine. From where, and how about comparing to Ukraine and here? How is you find it a difference? Then you say compared to Warsaw and New York, I find this difference. Compared to from where? You are from Kyiv, you are from Odessa, you are from XYZ. She will say, I'm from blah, blah, blah. Oh, okay, how is the people? I guess the people are more or less the same. And so there are so much thing. How long you're staying here? Again, look like you're also doing something creative. You see how much things you can talk about?
So after this interaction, I'm teaching him how he can improve the interactions here. So this is what I'm doing.
I can use, for example, Manish Max. I'm Max. Max from.
So his name is Oliver, actually. His Western name is Oliver. So when he's using name Oliver, so I don't really need to blur the name, because name is given, Western name is given by me. In some of my infields, you will also see that I am giving my students name Mark, Mark or something else. Sometimes I say Max, I say to myself also Max. These days I use the word Max. I don't use because I saw my students are getting this shortcut success, some of my students, when they change the name. So why should I stick with my name? So till the stereotype get better, Indian stereotype, we can have some adaptation. There is nothing wrong. The thing is, from outside you can do adaptation, but from inside you have to have core belief in who you are. That should be unshakable. The problem is that Indians, the core belief system is so weak, it is shakeable, because they hate themselves, they are ashamed of themselves, and that's why they try to be other person. You see a clear example, without me judging Indians suffered, black people suffered. But if you see the US entertainment industry, all the black people have control over it. You see this propaganda, the woke or whatever propaganda. You see Nike ad or Nike ad, you see a black guy with a white girl, or some fashion ad, some black guy with a white girl. You're not going to see an Indian guy with a white girl, or even you can see sometimes a native Indian guy, Native American guy with a white girl or something like that. But there is no Indian propaganda, something like that, because we hate ourselves. That's the problem. We hate ourselves. You understand? We Indians hate Indian identity. Then of course the whole world will make fun of us. It looks a bit weird, but I'm just telling you, this is the reality. And that's why this second generation Indian, the West-born Indians, they hate themselves. They want to be them, because there was one incident happen. There's a one with British dating coach. I met him. Man, that was like f***ed up. So I met this guy in Prague actually, and then this British dating coach, white guy, and then he was surrounded by like 7-8 Indian students, all brown Indians. He was doing a boot camp. They were like all 7-8 brown Indians, and I was say like, what the. I said to myself like there will be always this slave mentality will never go away anyway. So I met this one Indian guy who was his friend, and then I said yeah, so what, my name is like, you know, Deepak, and what's your name? And then he said Ashley. Ashley is, there is no Ashley name. It must be Ashish or something like that. Westernizes Ashley. They say Ashley, something like that. I never heard a Hindu name Ashley. So Ashley, I said, okay, so yeah, where you are from, where you're coming from. So I said, he said like, yeah, I'm from Ireland, man. So I said, okay, I mean, like, I understand you are from Ireland, but which part of India you are? So no, man, no, I'm born in Ireland. I'm not Indian. I'm born in Ireland. I'm Irish. And I said, like, Irish people are like he was like South Indian or something. He was even ashamed. He was showing so much arrogancy at that time to me. And I said like,
what I do feel is a lot of Indians in Israel are more racist towards Indians in the country.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I need to point this out. They're assholes. They can be assholes. Say I go to an Indian restaurant, okay? And the waiters and all are Indians over there. And if they hear you speak Hindi,
yeah, the service changes. You think so?
Yeah.
Like, this British dating coach is gone. And all these minions are gone. I cannot tell the name of that person. They're all gone. And I'm still standing strong. So you see, like, they are ashamed of themselves. They don't want to be associated with that thing. Why? Because their parents must have been taught him like that. You know? So if something is going wrong in our culture, then if I understand this is something wrong, then it is also my duty to tell you what is right. These things are very, very important. Otherwise, you will be suffering. You will getting from the all races, not only just Westerners. You will by all races, and you will be get by even your own woman also.
Are you getting the idea? Like, you know, I'm not forcing you too much. Like, immediately, like, just jump. Otherwise, so it's like, you know, it's like putting some pressure, but not too much. And then, like, you know, so that you understand, like, you know, how you can improve with every conversation. So
here I'm not putting too much pressure on him. I'm not putting too much pressure on him because if I'm putting too much pressure, then it can create like problem, and he will not able to learn. So like coming to his wavelength, I'm coming to his wavelength, and I'm trying to like matching up the wavelength, you know, and then slowly pushing it up. So it's like, this is here, I'm here, so I'm coming here, matching to his wavelength like this, and slowly pushing it up to, and not like too much that he breaks. This is how as a coach you should teach. So if the student is not able to speak the direct style or any kind of this thing, the coach need to understand his looks level, his confidence level, and give him a style of approach that works for him. What the coach will do, they have their system and they will shove their system down the throat of the student. This is a wrong approach. This is not how you like be a good coach. Though I'm a good, I can fuck hot girls, but I'm also a good coach also. You are not going to find like people or like dating coaches who have the both abilities.
So like if you have like, you know, how you act, like angry, you have to angry, or you have to be like, you know, this, you have which emotions, how you learn these emotions, how to be angry, how to be this, how to be this, you know. So in this way I'm going slowly in that direction. Yeah, one thing is also like, you know, yeah, One thing is you were stretching. Oh, karte hain. So that's like that. I say like don't stretch the word. Cut that short. It's a bad habit. I was going to the direction and then so you don't speak like that. You know, this thing you need to correct.
Walk around us and then she's going back.
This one?
Yeah.
I don't know. In the McDonald's, this one?
Yeah, I know for sure.
She's selling these pamphlets. That's all.
Okay.
So you understand, like, you know, how you can, like, you get the idea, like, you know, the template, how you speak.
Yeah.
So in this way, you move forward, like. There's a thing like a restaurant. It's a mix. You know, be more animated, expressive and animated. It's a mix of this. I don't find it, no. And then from there, one thing I also want to know about, like, you know, like I'm the friendly, not friendly. I had the mixed feeling. What about you? What do you think about that? So she will say like blah blah blah, this, and then from there, okay, really. And then from there, like, you know, compared to New York, you see how you can make the because I was feeling that moment. If I don't say, he will not know what to say. Compared to New York. So here also, like, something, this is valid for all races, not just for Indians. So bringing more animation, this is very, very important, that you have to be more animated in your, like, when you're like talking to girls, bringing more expression, more animation. These are very, very important things, like when you're talking to girl. And this is something you can practice at home also, how you speak more expressively. Expression is one of the most important thing for the tight game, because when you are more expressive, you can also able to transfer the emotionality to the other person. So that's why, like, more expressive you are, better it will be to attract for you, easier it will be for you to attract the opposite sex. But just like expressive is not, this is just not the complete picture. There are like other things, but the basis of the game, strong basis of the game is one thing, like one of the strong basis of the game is the expressiveness. That is something like I have learned by myself, because when I started game, I was not at all expressive, and just like, and now it's completely, it's day and night difference. So then comparison, then comparison compared to New York people, compared to New York, you're like, you know, when then start to do comparison, like people comparison, the comparison with the people, compare with the money, the lifestyle. So all these things you do the comparisons.
Okay, so restaurant and then New York comparison. Of course, no, before that it was like, what was it? I want to have a feel about what's on. Just another word. And then it was a comparison.
Yeah.
And then you say this artistic creative thing.
Then you say the way, but I also notice that you're giving a creative artistic vibe. And then you go from there, like, you know, because one of my friend, blah, blah, from them. Like, you know, the same, this is the same template. Like my one of my friend, she almost looked like you, a bit taller than you, a bit like, you know, blonde. She looked like you, and she's a bit creative person, and that's why. And that's why, like, you know, you do something creative, and then you say, like, you know, yeah, I'm like, you know, I am this. She said blah 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 the thing, and for me, like, you know, I'm in. But I have so many friends, you know, that's why, blah, blah, blah. So, and then from there, like, you know, this part is like, you know, we need to
work on. Here I'm also giving some kind of ideas like how when he's starting the conversation, then what are the things he can say to get the conversation going, comparisons and other things, so that the conversation is kept going, moving forward. We decided like, okay, let's do some kind of in the house drills, practicing the, so I'm like, we are back now we did some approaches and everything. Because he's a complete virgin day gamer, he has no idea. He's actually he was virgin in real life also. So it is like a lot of hard work. It is not making any sense just to throwing in the field and just say the same thing. Like, we have to first practice do some drills in the apartment. So that's why I decided, okay, let's come to the apartment and do some practice, some drills, so that you become more and more fluent in your like approaches. So I'm the girl, and you do the same stuff.
Okay.
With more energy, more expression.
Excuse me, I'm from New York.
Yeah.
And I stay in Frankfurt now, and I was just looking for a restaurant in here.
I am from New York, and do not just say Frankfurt. I'm from New York. I'm living here. I'm here. No. You don't need to say. I am. Maybe you can say later. I'm from New York, and I'm like here looking. But then you later, when you go more detail, then you speak about.
Okay, so.
Excuse me, I'm from Germany. I say, but then I that I'm from India, but I was born in India. But I can so I don't say everything about me now. I am from New York. I'm looking for this thing.
Right. Excuse me.
Yeah.
I'm from New York.
Yeah.
And I'm looking for this exotic restaurant where I can find a little bit mix of Mexican and Thai food. Do you know something like that?
No.
I
don't know.
For some people or Polish people, they really like the spicy food. Don't you think so?
No, we eat like not spicy food. No.
Okay. By the way, I'm from New York. Yeah, they want to get richer, and they really don't have time for their personal life, and I feel like Warsaw is more traditional, more cultural. The Warsaw is, I feel like it's more into traditional and cultural. People seem to have a fun here. They're enjoying it in here.
Are you typically from Warsaw?
No, I'm not.
No, you say that.
Are you typically from Warsaw?
You have to, after this, you have to ask some question. You you talk, and then you ask a question because you are investing, and then you asking question. Then I am obliged to say.
Okay.
No, I am from other city, from Stettin, and I'm living here since 1 year, and working here. Yeah, in Warsaw. By the way, I notice you look like you do something creative.
Yeah. By the way, I notice like you do something kind of a creative or artistic stuff.
When I look at you, you do something creative.
When I look at you, I think you do something creative or something artistic.
You can always say something you not in fashion, customer care or with the cash, some small. Then she say customer care. Oh, then you must be very communicative person.
Okay.
So, and then you change the topic again. I still cannot believe that you are not an artist. So you don't do a part-time.
Okay.
You can also say something like that. I still cannot believe that you are not an artist, because the wife, one of my friends, she's almost look like you. From Denmark. She's an artist in Germany right now. So you look the same. That's why I'm still it's tough like you, but maybe you do something part-time. Something like that.
Okay.
And then she will say
I would say no, not as such.
Time with each other, and I find it really cool that to be around with such a person, because I feel like in me I feel like I have a good IQ intelligent quotient, but I don't feel I have a really good social quotient as good as my IQ, and that's why I feel like I should be with them and try to learn from them, try to enjoy their company, and yeah, that's why I love to stick with these people and have a nice time. And yeah, because at the job I always thought in my life I would be working some big projects, but now I know after many years of working that I'm really not looking right direction, because now I have it, but I say it's not for me at this moment. Now I see it completely different. Now I want to be that, why wouldn't I have developed myself in a creative field rather than just getting taught in schools, scoring good grades.
Don't talk about negative about you.
Okay. Yeah, the plan was to always go for having a good career, and now I have a good career, strong career. I'm happy with the money. There is a lot of money coming in, but now I want to have a good social life, and I want to improve the quality of a time with the quality people like us. And
so this is the first part of the video. It's a bit long, but I'm covering a lot of things in this video, and hopefully it will not be boring for you, especially the Indian audience. Stay tuned and watch the next part of this epic transformation series or bootcamp series of my Indian student, from virgin to dating models in Europe. And I will see you in the next video. I hope you've enjoyed this video and got a lot of value out of it. By the way, guys, if you are still suffering in your dating life, not able to find any solution for the problems you are facing in your dating life, now it's time to change it forever. And if you really want to get guided by me personally in my mentorship program or in my one-on-one bootcamp program, then apply to the link in the description below. The link is deepakdating.info/mentorship. But keep in mind, my mentorship program or my one-on-one bootcamp program are in very high in demand with a very limited availability. They are also costly. So only if you are fully motivated, committed, and prepared emotionally and mentally, want to get guided by me personally, only then apply to the mentorship or my bootcamp program. If right now the cost is the issue, or you are not able to do my mentorship program or my bootcamp program due to any personal reason and still want to change your dating life, then I suggest you to join Dating in Fields Domination. The link is also in the description below. The first link, it's only $1, completely risk-free. You can cancel it anytime you want to. There you will see pure uncut in-field interaction of me as well as my students, getting laid, getting girlfriends, listen word by word, line by line, in-field interactions in this program, Dating in Fields Domination, and learn top-level seduction skills which no other dating coach in this world can able to teach you. I challenge it. What you will see in Dating in Fields Domination in the infields, that is something you will be personally learning from me in my mentorship program or my one-on-one bootcamp program in future if you plan to join it. So apply to the link in the description below for a 30-minute free call, deepakdating.info/mentorship. If you really want to get mentored by me personally and change your dating life, or other alternative, join Dating in Fields Domination. The link is also in the description below. If you are not really sure right now for mentorship program or my one-on-one bootcamp program. Also guys, don't forget to watch the playlist Rock Solid Infield on this channel, where I'm doing live flirt, picking up girls in front of camera, showing top level pickup and attraction skills. Also don't forget to watch Student Transformation and Testimonial, where I'm teaching my students, showing full documentaries, student success and their testimonials also.